Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Bounty Hunter.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Slaughter.
Dark Seer.
Dire team pick. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Spirit Breaker.
Dire team pick. Radiant team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 10 seconds remaining. Five seconds remaining. Prepare for battle.
Alrighty, and with that said, we'll hand it over to our casters. We've got Annie and Brax here for game number 1.
All right, thank you very much, panel. I'm Annie, being joined by the lovely Brax here for the Betway Arena Best of 5 King of the Hill. Already going to be a very interesting matchup for game number 1. What are your thoughts on the draft, Brax?
Very interesting to see the safe lane slaughter.
Yeah, that is going to be pretty interesting. How often do you run into that in your pubs?
Like never. Actually never.
So, I mean, how is he going to itemize?
So he can either go for like the fissure up top, blocking the Darkseer off. He's in trouble here.
Back and forth, trying to make it down the stairs. The Blade Fury comes in. Crystal Maiden has the Frostbite ready, holding him in place. I don't think he's going to get out alive. One more hit will secure first blood, and our support Shaker snaps up the money for that.
Alright, so about the slaughter, I think he'll probably go for like a Blink Shadowblade style build. People used to go Armlet, sometimes Vanguard in the past, but I think that kind of playstyle is outdated. He'll look to like sit on the Shadow Fiend all game with the Shadowblade and Juggernaut, and that'll really help him like take him off the entire game.
Alright. Disruptor there to help him out. Any other super unusual matchups? Looks like our mid lane is going to be Lina, no surprises there, versus our Shadow Fiend. Our panel was talking a little bit about that, but who do you think is going to come out?
I think Lina definitely is favorable in this matchup by a lot, actually. Lina destroys Shadow Fiend. 1v1 and 2v2.
Really interested to see that. We've got aggressive cows on both sides in the mid. Spear Breaker versus Shaker trying to things go, and obviously flip out of the mid lane, go explore the map a little bit eventually. Beat up the Iron Branch tree, taking a lot of harass in lane.
Yeah, one bash and he was dead there actually. This is a very scary lane for him.
Aside from Technique, Link's got the auto attack length. Animation, pretty gosh darn slow, but of course with Spear Breaker there, you got a little bit of backup. So, mid lane, looks like Radiant have a firm handle on that. Up top, we've got Pasha on our Darkseer, just running away from the Juggernaut, but I don't think there's going to be too much more blood there. I think that was a situational fissure now. Here in the mid, things getting separated. Spirit Breaker in some unfriendly territory, but again, not really taking damage. Eats up 2 tower shots, but goes back to farming now. He can go ahead and to walk his way around the long way.
Yep, Phobos is coming in, the offlane bounty hunter here. Oh, this is pretty big actually on Lina.
Yep, they got the fissure there. One more raise and she's dead. Iceberg picks up the money for that. 150 gold going his way. Now Lil running away from this Earthshaker. He doesn't have a fissure. Fresh out of mana for that. And Bounty Hunter only level 1, so nothing he can toss out there.
Man, this experience change where it takes heroes longer to get level 2. Really showing their Lina's so close to 2 in a normal game. Or like last patch, she would have her stun already and probably be okay.
Sentry pop down in the mid to the Dire, just making sure the Radiant don't have any info on that, making sure Bounty Hunter can creep in whenever he'd like to. Now here we go, charge in, they got him under the tower, but the fissure blocks him away. FNG keeping his buddy safe.
Illusion.
Very high energy mid lane here going on. Meanwhile, DK Phobos, he's crawling around through the jungle, looking to snap up a bounty. And
Phobos' style of offlane is something we used to see years ago, back when the offlane used to be like impossible to lane. People would play offlane bounty hunt, get level 2, gank mid, and then they would just play around like some really large Shadow Fiend style hero. It's very different from what we're used to seeing nowadays.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Lina now
attack.
fending for herself a little bit as Spirit Breaker takes a brief rest. Down bottom, I mean, this Core Slardar, he's having all the space in the world as far as Core Slardar games go. It's going to be pretty easy for him to get the items he needs.
Yeah, I'm still not entirely sure what he's going to build.
I mean, does he stick with the same, straight blink into...
Charge on mid.
There we
They
go.
have,
They got the
good
Dragon
money.
Slave. They need one more hit, though. Iceberg, he's running away fast. He's got the boots, and Spirit Breaker doesn't. They just can't catch up to him. Dragon Slave, no more mana for that, so they have to let him go with 1 hit left. He was so deliciously low. I think he was at like 5 HP.
Yeah,
My
something
goodness.
ridiculous low. He still had the Fairy Fire, so he was pretty confident he was okay. Good choice to go for boots, especially against the duel lane. Keeps him nice and safe.
Oh, here we go.
Oh
They're
my
getting their
God.
revenge. They'll take it out on FNG. He'll take one for the team there. Stuck around a little bit too long. Soaked some alright experience. He's hit his level 3, but obviously not ideal there. Long range raise clips onto no one. They've got the charge though. They're keeping him in place. Light strike array. There's no more mana.
Oh
The Raze
no.
try to guesstimate, but they're going to glimpse him back, and they lose the Shadow Fiend. Lil snaps up the money from that, so both mid laners playing a very, very dangerous game.
That's gotta feel bad. You know, 10 HP going for the big play.
Oh, mid lane. Looks like Lil could be in some trouble again. FNG tries to dump some damage on him, and he's fresh out of regen. We may have to go and play this one safe. Both shrines currently have cooldown on the Radiant.
Very mid lane focused for both teams here.
Yeah. Our side laners getting pretty much whatever they need. Ramses on this Lardar is really shaping up here. He's got himself the most last hits in the game by 10. He's doing a really nice
Dire's
job.
bottom tower
Up
is
top,
under
though, our
attack.
Darkseer could be in some trouble. Pasha trying to surge away, but he's in a unfriendly land. Phobos hanging around very closely.
Even Shadow Fiend rotating in here for this. Jesus.
Yeah, it's a lot of money just for a Darkseer. They're spending a lot of time trying to secure this, and like DK Phobos actually
Dire's
chasing down
bottom tower
Disruptor
is
here.
under attack.
Trying to rotate for different targets. Charge coming in onto FNG. Light Strike Array clips on one, not going to hold him in the kinetic field. Looks like they're lacking damage to actually finish this one out. The charge continues onto FNG. They get the bash onto Vanskor as well. Another Light Strike Array holds them down. There's the Frostbite. Oh, glimpse back will save the Lina temporarily. And Pasha using the hearty action with his Ion Shell. Trying to chase down Vanskor. Vanskor getting low. That looks like Vanskor will fall. They trade for the Earthshaker. And now a charge back in onto the mid lane. Iceberg kind of took a nap there just momentarily. And
Dire's bottom
don't think
tower
they've got the
has
damage to
fallen.
bring him down. Beats up the Fairy Fire. Lil now trapped in the trees versus 3 heroes. The Fissure. And they will collect the money. What a violent
Is this
fight
normal?
has been.
What's going on here? This is very CIS style Dota here. We've got level 3 Shadow Fiends
Dire's
invading the
bottom
jungle,
tower
trying to kill
is under
Darkseer.
attack.
4v4s in the mid lane, while Ramses just free farms in the side lane. He's got his Midas now in Slardar.
And the action's not stopping. You see Lil threatening out another
Dire's
charge
bottom
there.
tower is under attack.
Just entirely mid lane focused. Meanwhile, Solo picking up some good XP, already level 3.5, and our Slardar down bottom. He's rocking his almost level 7. Up in this top lane, DZZ on the Jug, almost level 7 as well. I mean, this is just cores doing whatever they want while the mid laners duke it out.
Ramses is going to be very, very
Radiant's
farmed this
top
game.
tower is under attack.
Extremely fast Midas, free lane, tower taken already too. And we
Yeah,
can
just-
really see the mid laners suffering and experience this game. Shadow Fiend's not even level 5 yet at 6.5 minutes.
Really difficult for him, and this bounty hunter has been pretty much free roaming. He's picked himself up 4.25. He's doing all right in terms of farm, switching over to net worth. He's, you know, where a bounty hunter should be without his level 6 yet.
Radiant's
So
top
when
tower
do these
is
guys
under
get involved
attack.
here? BZZ on the Juggernaut, Ramses on his Slardar. Because I'm sure you can kind of like tip the scales in these fights, right? They're both not really coming to the fights yet. They're both just farming the side lanes. Once Ramses has like his blink or something, he's really gonna blow open the game. Or if BZZ manages to get like a nice TP rotation in with the Omni Slash.
Not for you.
I mean, I feel like BZZ's comfortable farming as long as they'll let him. I think Spirit have a little bit more late game presence, so as long as nothing's really going down. Speaking of going down here on this cliff on the Dire side, we do have FNG trying his best to D-ward. Now Lil comes forward. There is going to be a glimpse back. Vanskor taken out. Now they are going to be rotating in Ramses as well as Solo. They've got 2 heroes in the kinetic field, but there's just no level 6 to finish him off. Dust comes out from Lil. He's still alive, and they've got Fission on Phobos, but he's juking through the trees the best he can. It's like Lil thinking about a charge out. It's going to be ambitious. He's got to take his way through the mid lane, gets himself down to low ground, and he'll circle back from there.
He's undercover.
Yeah, he's hiding his best. But what does he really do about this? I feel like he should just try to go home.
This'll come in handy.
Man.
Up in the top, Vanskor just eaten alive. My goodness. Went for the rune and punished. And Lil finally will make it back to his own shrine on this side of the map, so Radiant definitely getting a lot done in the last couple of minutes, but there's our first Omni Slash debut. No hesitation there. BZZ lets it rip, and they are able to cancel this TP from Ramses. And they've got him down. He's sprinting away from this Blade Fury, but Juggernaut sure is fast. He jukes out the crush. Now FNG going in, trying to get the body blocks. They will get the stun. The Fissure finally dishes the deadly blow.
All right, big kill.
Radiant's
This game
middle
is
tower
quite the
is under
slugfest.
attack.
It's hard to really see which team comes out on top of these ganks, but as you said before, Team Spirit, they definitely have the better late game here.
Yeah, I mean, as long as Juggernaut can sit back and be quiet for the first couple minutes of this game, he's scoring up a lot of net worth. He's feeling no real rush to go and push himself before he's ready. Mid lane here, our Disruptor could be in some trouble. We're gonna get clipped on the wrong side of the Fissure, but it doesn't even matter. There's a charge into DK of Phobos, but I don't really know if you can complete that. There's a lot of unfriendly heroes in the area.
Yeah, definitely. Suns fan, big hater of the Shaker, but, lots of presence from FNG this game already.
Yeah, definitely doing his job, puppy guarding up the mid lane and making an impact. I worry that Slardar, he's getting so much space for himself. You mentioned the full Midas, and now he's got 1,000 gold on top of that to work on his Blink or whatever his first real item's going to be.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for the treads first. He doesn't want to play as a Blink initiator. He wants to get tanky, get beefy, play like a real carry. Very nice.
Super late game items are we going to see out of Slardar? Like, what does a really farmed 6-slotted Slardar even have?
It's probably going to be like Blink, Shadow Blade, Heart, BKB, AC kind of style starter.
Nah,
That's
just
what I imagine at least.
don't even try to touch me, I'm too tanky kind of build.
Right.
Well, he's perhaps going to get initiated on here. They've got eyes on him now with his Dire
Radiant's
Ward
top
dropped down.
tower is under
3
attack.
heroes grouped up. A
Radiant
little surprised. There's
structures
been
are
so much
fortified.
action, so many rotations, but
Dire's middle
very little
tower
smoke
is under
used.
attack.
Yeah, I'm not sure where VP go next. It's like they don't have Blink on Slardar, Disruptor, still no boots yet. Level 5. It's like they can't really. They need some time. They need some alone time for their supports to kind of catch up, get their basic items levels up, so they can actually, make moves around the map, pressure the Juggernaut. Because right now they actually can't kill this guy.
Yeah, looks like they're going to be allocating some resources. Lil swapping over to the top lane just to, I guess, keep eyes on him. And, oh, there they go. Lil could be in some trouble there. Fissure clips onto both. And Omni Slash just going to be gobbled up by the Spirit Breaker. And he's just going to eat it there. Sun with the Shaker. But you can't argue that he has just done a phenomenal good job this game.
Yeah, he's definitely owning this game.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Iceberg, our Shadow Fiend, looks like he's going in towards his Dragon Lance. Nothing too unusual there. I mean, do we just see a BKB after that
Radiant's
standard
top
stuff?
tower
Or
is under
maybe
attack.
early Silver Edge?
BKB looks like it makes you immortal this game.
Radiant's
Right, down
top
bottom,
tower is
Ramses
under
just
attack.
continues to go to work completely untouched. He's just sitting back mid lane. Solo gonna get tracked up as our Bounty Hunter finally shows off his gorgeous level 6 and could be in a little bit of trouble. Gonna get glimpsed back. Lina with the Dragon Slaves clips him up and well, they do lose vision of him just in time. Can't finish him off with that Laguna Blade. Up top, BZZ looking to score first tower for himself. It will get
Radiant's top
denied.
tower has been
Little unfortunate
denied.
for him, but he still does get a lot of space to go and farm wherever he wants.
Speaking of farm, Slardar, 2,100 gold.
Dire's
He
middle tower
is not
is
going
under
for treads
attack.
yet as in his quick play. He's probably going to buy the Blink Dagger pretty soon. And I feel like with Blink on VP, they can really open up the game here.
Ooh. Charge here, FNG guarding this haste rune. Looks like Shadow Fiend's gonna be coming in, but they continue this charge. It looks like Lil makes it into the river. There is gonna be a glimpse back. They catch out FNG, but he's not gonna get stuck in that kinetic field, and they just have to let him go. Lil very patient, just waiting to go back up the stairs. It looks like our Lina is gonna be going into her Bloodstone after the Arcane Boots. No surprise there with the talent that's the negative 30-second respawn. If you get the Bloodstone, you're just always alive.
Yeah, it's actually like an instant respawn for the majority of the game. Ridiculous.
Do you think that needs to be changed, or is that one of the reasons why Lina's viable again?
It's so strange, right? Like, they gave all these supports gold per minute, XP, and respawn timer talents, but there's some of these that can be played as cores, right? And then once they do come out, it's like all these heroes respawn instantly. Smoke mid lanes, Blink Dagger coming on the chicken right now. Or sorry, Armlet actually, for Slardar. Okay, no Blink Dagger.
Yeah, interesting choice there. So they still lack a little bit of initiation. They've really got to rely on smart charges and Lina placing well-timed light strike arrays. And now looks like we're going to have a rumble in the mid as everyone getting in there. Solo just face checking this area. They will catch up the Spirit Breaker. And oh, the vac wall into the Static Storm. This is a beautiful initiation from VP. They're going to claim a tower, and my goodness, that was just the wombo combo they needed.
Yep, no Blink Dagger required. And you've got Secret Agent Solo in the back lines. He just ran between the towers, got vision from the charge, ulted them. They had no idea he was coming.
That was really aggressive positioning from a core, let alone a disruptor.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to watch.
It looked like they weren't going to get what they needed into that Static Storm, but then the vacuum wall came through. This Darkseer was on point, rotating out of the top lane and really helping out his team in a big way. And looks like he's got a blink queued up for himself. Nothing too surprising. Already has the mech arcanes. So definitely a well-farmed Darkseer here. Third on the net worth chart, surpassing his own Lina.
Yeah, going back to the respawn timer thing on heroes like Lina, I think this is one of the best talents in the game, the respawn timers. Especially for like offlane heroes, Beastmaster, Shade King, they all have respawn timer talents as well.
Radiant's middle tower
Bounty Hunter is scouting
attack.
this gank out on Lina, but I don't think they can actually get this. Playing a bit too careful for this.
A gift from the
Yeah, anyways, OP. That's what I think of the respawn timer talents.
All right. Good to hear it from a professional, because I played against Alina the other day and she just
Radiant's
didn't
middle
die.
tower is under attack. Radiant
Okay,
structures
Phobos
are
getting a good amount of vision here on the Radiant team, making sure they're not going to be
Soul
coming up
coming
on
up from back again.
is under attack.
They're trying it again. They will go through. They do catch out Shadow Fiend into the Static Storm. He's going to be backed in, pushed out, and they get the kill on him. As Requiem not going to be doing too much, but there's the Echo Slam. Currently, everyone's still alive, but getting low. No one tracked up, but still fighting. BZZ running for his life there. Phase Boots rolling, and, well, charge comes in. They actually catch up to him here. Dragon Slave off the mark, and again, from across the river, FNG is the hero with these fissures. Wow. From the Echo Slam to the fissure that saved the day, this guy is MVP in my book.
If he wins, he'll be my
Is
MVP.
under attack.
All right, good assessment, Prax.
I don't know if he'll win the game though. This is looking pretty tough. Team Spirit, they can't really take fights. VP, this is like their time to shine right now. Their heroes are extremely tanky, extremely powerful. Solo, another flank. He was smoked in that fight. He came around the back, got the Static Storm and the Kinetic Field off on the Shadow Fiend. He died pretty much instantly without casting a spell. Iceberg actually went for Blink Dagger on Shadow Fiend. Interesting. Not a fan.
Are you more of the Shadow Blade Silver Edge guy?
Well, it's like, no, I think he should just be going straight for BKB. He can't even get in a spot where he can use this item.
Oh, here we go. They got the glimpse at him. They're going to trap him in the Kinetic Field again, but he's going to blink away. This time, Lil in a very unfriendly world. He's trying to go and buy himself some time to charge, but I don't know if we'll get that luxury there. A track kill going the way of the Dire on that one.
Yep, nice track kill for 5 heroes there. Pretty good.
You know, it's something. There we go. DK Phobos keeping the track sprayed out. Ramsey's going to be going, casting out the amp damage, but knows he better be walking away as the rest of the Dire are going to be chasing after him. Solo's there trying to zone, pops out the Kinetic Field, traps in FNG, but doesn't look like it'll be too much. And there we go. FNG with another gorgeous fissure traps him back. The crush to bring himself back around. Vanscore still no ult at level 7, so Crystal Maiden doesn't have a whole ton of damage to contribute to the fight. It's really just BZZ sitting on that Omni Slash. Charge comes in. They know FNG's in the trees, but another fish. They can't get on top of this guy. It's like Spirit Breaker thinking about reinitiating their Crystal Maiden trap. Solo in the Static Storm. He will get bumped back into there by Lil. Meanwhile, Laguna Blade comes out, and they will finish off BZZ. Another charge to reinitiate. Ramsey's still alive with the help of that armlet. Kinetic Field to try to break up the fight. It will be a 1-for-2 exchange. And that's probably going to favor VP. Again, Lena's back up almost instantly.
Yeah, scrappy fights. Definitely favor heroes like Disruptor, where you can pick people off, you know, chase them down. Man, but if FNG ever does make it to Blink Dagger, it'll definitely be like a big fight changer. Oh, we've got eyes on Lil here.
Oh, we've got all the Dire team rotating in. They sure would like to kill this Lina for 5 seconds again. And, well, they will be successful. That's Iceberg raking in more and more net worth for himself, now at the top of the chart pretty handily, and this time he's going for the BKB.
Okay, so things are looking pretty good for Spirit actually. They managed
Radiant's
to
bottom
salvage
tower
that
is under
awkward
attack.
team fight, and now they can transition that 1 kill into a tower. Lena's back alive again. Who knew? Who saw that coming?
And this is before her Bloodstone really kicks in. She's got it
Radiant's
now,
bottom
12
tower
charges,
has
but
fallen.
up top, Radiant looking to exert their pressure here on this tower. It's pretty
Dyer's top
pretty
tower
easily,
is
and
under
just kind of
attack.
keeping things even all across the map
Dire's
while Team
structures
Spirit
are
make a go for mid lane.
I think once these
Dire's
towers
top
fall,
tower
both
has
teams are going to be
fallen.
looking at Roshan. Slardar,
Radiant's middle
amplify
tower
damage,
has
destroys
fallen.
Roche. Shadow Fiend, Juggernaut, very high damage heroes against Roche as well, along with the sustain from the healing ward. Charlotte on mid. Alright,
Nice.
we'll keep in vision of him.
Yeah, he's just playing around, making sure he can get in there if he needs to. And now DK Phobos returning the favor, keeping everyone tracked up. I mean, these track kills are starting to have a pretty solid impact. As soon as you can catch out one person, just get a little
Dire's
more
top
money.
tower is under
Definitely
attack.
bumping up the net worth of the Shadow Fiend, the one to usually actually collect the kill. There we go. Crush up. They've got eyes on DK Phobos, and he's not going to be living through that one. So playing a little cocky on the Radiant side of the map, and that will catch up to him as he's under a sentry ward.
Yeah, but don't worry guys, Space created, I found them all. Have you ever seen the Bounty Hunter Ags?
With the bouncing thing that just keeps going round and round.
Yeah, I think it hits everything twice and it mini stuns for like 0.75 seconds each hit. It's actually insane.
I've seen it built. I don't think I've seen it win games.
Okay, well if he gets to it, he might win this game. It's pretty good.
Yeah, especially now Radiant really grouping up all together. Very small wad. It's easy to go in, get that blink echo slam, get that toss bouncing around, and it looks like Dyer really keen on taking Roche like he called out.
Visibility.
Speaking of Blink Echo, he's only 200 gold away from it.
Yeah, it'd be a dangerous time for him to go down now, but it looks like they do need to fight. Lightstrike Array holds back the bounty into the pit temporarily. Requiem popped out, doing a little bit of spray damage, but not really collecting anyone isolated there. Now Lil in a little bit of trouble. There's the back wall back in. They've got everyone trapped in that kinetic field. Vanscore going to be dancing, and Pasha's in some trouble. We'll be able to surge to freedom, and Iceberg just barely alive after all is said and done. He's going to get glimpsed back, but missed by the Dragon Slave. EZZ will be able to take out the Disruptor. Ramsey's under the shrine, still in a lot of danger. It's going to be tracked up, but blinking away. He'll still have vision of him.
How did they
Won't be able
survive
to
that
chase.
combo?
They're tanky, man.
I guess that healing ward must have been doing work in that fight.
Yeah.
Shadow Fiend lives there with 50 health.
Yeah, I thought the Dragon Slave was going to get him when they glimpsed him back, but just
Bloody
the
burn.
smallest amount of missed timing.
Yeah, it was so close. Well, another good fight for Team Spirit.
Is this enough for Team Spirit to make their way into the pit, or is Radiant still going to be way on top of this?
No, they definitely can't make their way into the pit, not just yet. With Blink Dagger on Shaker, they might be able to make a nice pick off or something. But if it is on Lena, then she's going to come back instantly, so might want someone else.
Yeah, FNG did commit his Echo Slam in that fight, so he can't just go Blink Echo and score the points here. Still has to wait a minute and a half.
Dyer's middle tower is
We'll
under
definitely need
attack.
some pretty big pick off here. It's still early into the game. Heroes aren't that high level. Respawn timers are pretty quick. And they don't actually have the highest Roshan damage. They have good sustain in the pit, but that's about it. SF is good. Jug is good, but Roshan is still a tanky monster.
Man, after all the back and forth fighting, oh my, there we go. Vacuum into a double man crush. The Light Striker Ray clips as well. The Death Requiem does a little bit of damage, but not enough. DK Phobos, oh, he's still alive, and they will be able to score. My goodness, all the Radiant lived through that. Spear Breaker finally drops way over here in the trees. They get the glimpse back onto the Juggernaut. Slardar comes back in to crush, but could have been his last breath. He's tracked up. It's dangerous, but they will find what they want. Two very important kills. Pasha now pacing back and forth, trapped behind a fissure, but still alive as well. Finally, the Nova from Crystal Maiden takes him down, but what a very bloody fight.
It's just back and forth all the time. They got the fantastic initiation there with the vacuum crush and the Lena stun. Man, it's hard to survive that on Shadow Fiend, even with his BKB, unless he can like has someone else to stand in the front first, so he can get his Blink Dagger and BKB off. Then it's really difficult for him to survive. You know, even with the fissure coming through, it doesn't really matter. He's just chain stunned forever.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it feels like. It feels like no one can move in these fights with the, you know, the bashes from Spirit Breaker, the fissures from Earthshaker. Everyone's just kind of sitting around waiting to slosh out their next go of damage.
Actually, no one's on Lena. And he just picked up the Shadow Blade, so that's going to help a lot in these team fights. He got his plus 50 damage talent, level 15 as well. He's quite strong right now.
I'd say so. Yeah, looking at overall levels, we'll see who's hitting some milestones. It looks like, oh, my key bindings. Yeah, Lena and Shadow Fiend still a fair ways away from level 20. Darkseer about to hit his 15. There we go. Initiation onto DK Phobos once again, just getting a little cocky to vacuum onto everyone there. Requiem let loose by the Shadow Fiend. He's rocking his BKB. Ramsey somehow still alive, relying on his armlet to keep him up. And there we go. BZZ trapped in, trying to crawl back around the trees, and will bite the dust. And there we go. Light Strike Array onto the Earthshaker as well. Shadow Fiend, the only survivor from Team Spirit now. As good a time as any to hop into the pit for virtus.pro. Pasha doesn't want to give up the chase.
On this.
Yeah, they're going in. They've got vision with the charge. They're going to be bringing him back in. Oh my, what a wonderful play. They get him down. Ramses picks up the money for that, so he's getting very close to his own BKB. Of course, with quick respawn times, it's still risky to do this, but you gotta try with the Corrosive Haze and the Slardar. They still put out a lot of damage. Is that just a Laguna Blade to break the Limpins and Roche?
Sometimes, you know, you just gotta do it.
I heard it. I heard the sound, and I'm like, no, she's definitely just taking. It's broken. Aegis secure. So I can't doubt that.
Yep, so Lena almost has Boots of Travel. She's gonna have like 3 lives. Instant respawn after she dies, so she can Boots of Travel back in the fight too, even after she loses her Aegis.
Dire's middle tower
VP
is under
looking
attack.
quite good right now. They're taking fights very well with the Vacuum, Static Storm, all the AoE combos looking really nice.
All right, Brax, we gotta do some math here.
Okay.
So when you die with the Aegis, it's a 5-second respawn, right?
Right.
If she dies with the Bloodstone and the respawn talent and TP's back into a fight, is that quicker?
Yes, it is actually.
All right. Well, either way, Pasha is in a world of hurt here. At least isolates 3 heroes now trapped in the trees.
Man, FNG's he's got this blink and everything, but it's still so hard for him to get his spells off, you know? Solo drops the Static Storm right over the top of the heroes. In the last fight there, he could have got the Echo on too, but he blinked right into the Static Storm. Very difficult for him to position in these fights.
I mean, Solo's been doing a phenomenal job, as well as with the Darkseer. The vacuums to pull everyone into the Static Storm if there's a slight miss is so useful.
He's set up here in the trees waiting for these guys to push forward. Looks like it won't happen. Oh.
Yes, Sayori, he does have a BKB.
Dire's middle
Thank you.
tower is under attack.
Slardar, ready to
Nice
debut
guys,
that.
Sayori.
Yeah, no, he's helping us out.
So this game has kind of gotten to like an awkward pace, right? It's very clear that Spirit have the superior late game, but VP, they're getting these fantastic initiations off. Spirit Breaker charge gives it vision. Just, you know, these vacuum crushes into Static Storm, Lena stun combos are doing work.
Radiant definitely getting aggressive, now crossing over to the Dire side of the map. They want to debut that new Slardar Blink BKB. I mean, he's been pretty immortal in these fights, only having 1 death to his name after all is said and done.
Dire's middle tower
So,
has fallen.
Definitely eager to stay in there and do more frontlining, because he has had to go in and kind of crush and then immediately back off to stay alive, and now he can probably weather the storm a little better.
Yeah, he hits very hard in these fights.
Smoke up
Gem
from
on,
Team Spirit.
Team Spirit smoked up as well. This is pretty good for them. They can make sure that their initiations, you know, are clean. They're not spotted when they go in, so they can actually get
Dire's
their
bottom
spells off
tower
well.
is under attack.
But it's just so difficult because Team Spirit, you know, they don't have to be like sitting here together. They have like Spirit Breaker, Slaughter heroes that can get there quickly. All they have to do is cover each other, not group up.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Lena easily able to melt down that tower. I mean, it seems like now more than ever she's just a super strong tower hitter. 19 charges on her Bloodstone, hasn't been picked off since she grabbed that up. Aegis still online for her, so she is really on top of the world. She's got a BKB of her own queued up. What does she go for after that? How does Lena become, you know, the right-clicking hero?
She'll probably go into like Shiva's, just a tanky right-click build. She just wants to survive like the Omni Slash and all these spells, and then she'll be able to keep casting as many spells as possible. But man, they're really turning every hero into sniper nowadays. Lena's got a plus 150 attack range talent.
Oh my
Who's
god.
next?
She could just stand from like her tier 3s and hit onto the tier 1s. She is
Yeah.
very far away.
She outranges towers now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Alright, so that's a bold play. Not expecting everyone to be there. Her Aegis is going to be popped. Has to wait a grueling 5 more seconds till she respawns.
Team Spirit need to get out.
Yeah, they're going to be glimpsed back in. They're going to find at least one. He's going to immediately pop the Echo Slam, and everyone else still wants to fight this, but it's getting dangerous now. Ramsey's picking up a couple kills for himself. Lena does go down again, but again, instantly back because of her Bloodstone, and she can TP right back into this fight. They're going to get more. Crystal Maiden getting very, very low. They ignore the Crystal Maiden, who's going to be walking to freedom. Going to meet her inside the pit there. Crystal Maiden gets out completely fine, but they're going to go for bigger, juicier targets. Laguna Blade dumped down onto BZZ, and they will find the Bounty Hunter as well. They've got the vision. He's under a sentry, and he's out of there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
There they go. No one pops the Aegis, has to use up a couple of those Bloodstone charges, but getting back into the fight quick enough to make a huge impact. Definitely salvage that for them, and they're going to go straight tier 3s here. There's nothing to stop them. Only Crystal Maiden left alive. Earthshaker already committed the Echo Slam in that first fight, so doesn't have anything to defend here.
Yeah, just unfortunate that Team Spirit happened to find Lena there. If it was under here like Slaughter or something, they could definitely pop full health.
Oh man, Ramsey is just going all the way in here. Maybe a little bit of hubris there from that BKB pickup, but the charge forward from Lil. They want to get this done. They want to at least zone them back. FNG, though, starts to take out that aggression. Vacuum into the kinetic field. They trap in one. Is that enough to make this a secured game? Oh man, they get Crystal Maiden as well. This time she doesn't live through it. FNG trapped in the trees. Laguna bladed down. It's looking grim here. Buybacks are few and far between, and VP starting to rip apart these tier 3s in the racks. They're going back in. That's an ultra kill, and the GG called out as they're looking for a rampage. Come on, man, get it.
Please steal this.
All right, well, GG.
Yeah, VP